I don't mean to sound the alarms, but a Murmur OTK Shaman is pretty great. Now, the idea behind this deck is we have a 4-card combo where we're going to be using Murmur to discount our Battlecry minions to 1, then slamming down a Alexstrasza to reset our opponent's HP down to 15, then using a Shudderblock into Kalimos in order to OTK our opponent for 16 plus damage. We also will be using the Asteroid package as a way to deal with all the armor gaining decks to make it easier to pull off this combo. One thing worth mentioning is I did not have the space for him, but Bob would in theory be a pretty good card with this deck. Now for the Mulligan guide of the deck. If you are in a slower matchup, keep Murmur in the starting hand. He is the hardest part of the combo to find access to. However, if it is a quick matchup versus something aggro base, you're going to be looking for draw power, early game removal tools, or early game minions. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Warrior. Warrior actually is probably one of the worst matchups. Also, fun little side tangent. Any of y'all be paying attention to Worlds? On Saturday, there was the Infinite Warrior list that made a game go on for like an hour and a half, which tops even my like longest games. To be fair, I think the reason why I'll never experience a game that long is because I'm never going to do esports. It's just not my thing. I'd rather just have fun with Hearthstone. And B, like, people on ladder are more likely to give up than a person who's competing for like the world title. But it's a very Hearthstone style of deck. Like, that deck couldn't exist if Hearthstone wasn't a digital card game first and was based off of some type of physical card game instead. Sorry for the random side tangent. By the time this goes up, we'll actually probably maybe know the results of Worlds, so let me know down below how that turns out. Okay, armor up. I am a little bit worried about how much armor that they'll be able to gain throughout the course of this game. I kind of just want to grab Shudderblock. Insidious might be fine too, but... let's slam this down. I kind of want to shuffle these into the deck. Do we coin? Yeah, we do coin. It's a waste of the coin, but hopefully it shuffles enough. The problem with this matchup is we do need a lot of asteroids in the deck, and the more that we can get, the better or more likely it is to pull off our combo. Oh, no. Ham, please don't hit anything important. Okay. Agatha isn't really important. The fact that we also got that, we need to make sure we destroy Ham here. Because if we don't, we might end up having to... there's an argument here maybe to, like, slam down the 0 cost and then hero power. I mean, that could be a lot worse. But yeah, we need to make sure we draw into Murmur before we lose Murmur to them reviving Ham. There's Kalimos. So yeah, all we need left is Murmur. Hopefully this gets... I mean, yeah, that's fine. I was gonna say, hopefully we get bird watching here, but I guess we won't. And I kind of just want to use this to get it out of our hands so we're not accidentally maybe burning something. And we can maximize the damage that we're getting them down. Actually, thinking about it, it would probably be better just to have kept it in hand. Oh, of course we're gonna have to deal with that. As long as they don't deal with our ethereal, we should be able to storm it off of the board. Draw another minion. Yeah, I don't think we had another option there. Are they just going to gain a bunch of armor? Oh no, they're drawing cards. Interesting. Armor and armor, right? Yeah. It's funny to me. Oh, I guess they're not burning a card. Cactus Cutter could be good. Let's slam this down. Oh, Breaker. Come on, give me... okay, Molten Magma is not the minion or card that I would have wanted here, but it does work. We're not burning a card, so that's fine. Ziliax doesn't matter really too much to us. There's Murmur. Okay. We're in a better position. We can slam down Shudderblock. Yeah. Shudderblock into Breaker. That gets rid of the minion on board. Sure, they're going to heal a little bit, but hopefully this won't matter too much. We have like 21 asteroids in the deck. I am a little bit more concerned about the armor situation. But to be fair, like, the majority of our deck is cards to deal damage to that armor, so I shouldn't worry too much. Of course, they had Hydration Station. And we do also have that 20 mana Ceaseless Expanse, which can actually be a 0 mana Ceaseless Expanse. Wait, actually, sorry, this, for one of the other games that's probably going to end up in this video, I was like curious if we could maybe discount something down to 0 mana using Murmur and like a secondary discount, and there is a way for us to do it. The way, because Ceaseless Expanse does discount itself down to 0. Come on, just keep hitting face. We just need like 1 or 2 more. 2 more. 1 more. Come on. Let's go. Well, you know, sound the alarms. This warrior got stomped. Let's make them shudder in fear of OTK Shaman. Let's go. This is exactly what I wanted to showcase with the deck too. So good. Okay, time for a game against DK. Let's see what they have in store for us. I know there's actually quite a few different DK lists floating around right now. This opener actually looks pretty good. This is also one of those weird matchups where it is technically a slower-ish matchup depending on what we're actually facing. So if we had saw Murmur in the opening right here, we probably would have kept him. Okay, just passing the turn back. This still doesn't really tell me what we're playing against. I'm just going to slam down the Cactus Cutter to get bird watching. Maybe they'll trade. Hopefully they'll trade. Maybe you'll just go face. Perfect. Trading is what we wanted to see. Okay, Ghoul Charge into our face, though, is not really what we wanted to see. Let's use this Fairy Tale and spin some webs. You know, 3D Partner isn't bad. Okay. How do we want to do this? So, I kind of want to pop this. Slam down the Greedy Partner just to slam it down. We're going to be taking 3 damage, but that doesn't really matter too much to us. Going into casualties. I'm curious. We haven't seen a duplicate yet, so maybe it's Reno DK. Well, that's interesting. I mean, this draws into the 2 Meteor Storms. Actually, fun fact, there could be an argument to use Frozen Decor over the Meteor Storms. However, I just prefer the Meteor Storms because it clears out 90% of boards. It's very difficult for a board not to be cleared out by a tripled up Meteor Storm through Shudderblock, and it's just a decent enough tool for that. Ceaseless Expanse. And we can slam down Fairy Tale Slime. Getting rid of the opponent's board. Shuffling some into our deck. Trade that in. I don't actually mind leaving Maw and Paw. This is like one of the few decks where you can leave up Maw and Paw as long as you want, right? The reason why I say you can leave it up as long as you... Oh, the answer is Shudderblock, right? But yeah, we can leave up Maw and Paw as much or as long as possible. It doesn't matter. As long as we gain the combo, we set them down to 15. As long as they don't have any armor gain, I should say. And DK stereotypically doesn't have too much armor gain. I know they do technically have the 2 hero cards currently in Standard, but like, besides that, there's not much hero gain, armor gain. Okay. Well, that kind of confirms it isn't Reno, so I don't have to worry about that. It is probably going to be a Rainbow. Man, I can't talk tonight. Let's slam down the other. That's not bad. We also do have to remember, this is going to sound weird, we have to place down an elemental before we do the OTK combo. I'm also curious if Parrot Sanctuary would technically discount a minion down to 0 mana if you used it after you slam down Murmur, but I don't know. I'm not going to try to risk a game and lose that way. I do not like where we are standing here. Because we're at what? 22? Okay, Asteroid, hit the minion. Yeah. Hit the minion. Hit the minion. Well, Okay, I guess we can use Molten Magma. I'm just trying to empty our hand a little teeny bit. Let's hero power. And I kind of just want to pass the turn. The problem with this is the second we draw into Murmur, we would want to be able to do the combo, but we don't have enough elementals in the deck to just be able to slam down a elemental every single individual turn. We do have like a lot of elementals, don't get me wrong, but still. Okay, that's one. So we're just missing Murmur here. I almost want to slam down the Shudderblock just to slam it down. We could actually also try to just do the combo without having the full combo. But we're running out of like non-asteroid cards in the deck. Oh, perfect, actually. There's the Asteroid. There's Turbulence. I think we just slammed down. I know we're overloading ourselves by 2, but like, or 4, I should say. The chances of us drawing into the card or losing in the next turn should be low enough where it doesn't really matter. Of course they had it. Okay, we need to deal with 5 armor, and then we're back in it. Firefly number 2. This should be fine. Okay, there's Threads of Despair. They'll clear out the board, probably, right? Okay. So, this should guarantee get them low enough. I don't want to waste the coin. Hopefully this draws us into perfect. Insidious. Oh! That could be it. There's Murmur. We did play Elemental this turn, so we're online for combo for next turn. This should just be GG. As long as they can't do... they have 7 damage on board. As long as they can't do 8 damage, we're good. It doesn't matter how much you are... or add HP to your HP pool there, my friend. You are not going to survive. Press? Okay, I guess, yeah. Let's do the I'm not gonna do this any fancier than it has to be. There was some ways we could have BM'd this, but this should be GG. Unleashing the primal fury of the elements. Because for some reason this counts as casting spells and not directly from Kalimos. But Blizzard said this was okay, so you know, we're doing it. Okay. Game against Priest. Let's see what they have in store for us. Priest is actually one of the matchups where we could actually keep Murmur in the opener, but we didn't see it here, so I love it. Mulligan the card away and draw into it instantaneously. It wouldn't be Hearthstone without that happening. Okay, they passed it. Bird watching. All 3 of these options are really good. I kind of want to go for Behemoth just because. Alright, slam this down, get another minion. Anything cool? Oh, that could be fun. There's an argument to keep it there just so we have a 0 mana elemental for later, but a 1 mana elemental shouldn't hurt us either. Hey, Murmur! Okay. I don't really care about the spell burst. Here's the thing with the behemoths. 90% of the time, you just don't care about the spell burst. You just want to get the additional damage for the asteroids as quickly as you can. Are they actually able to destroy this? Oh, it's even buffed up. So, okay, so they can't. What was... Okay. Well, I guess we can get a little bit greedy. Draw another card, Ceaseless Expanse. I'm going to use the coin just because I have a sneaking suspicion we'll probably end up needing the Molten Magmas for later. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to just slam down one of the breakers. Not both breakers, just one of them. You never know when that will actually come up, so... This actually might be a game where we just win through the asteroids, which could be fine. Like, it doesn't happen... It actually happens a lot more than you would think, but it's not like our main win condition. And if this is one of those games, and it might end up being one of like the better games where that happens, I did want to showcase it just because I do like to try to showcase a variety of different win conditions and like different scenarios with each individual deck. Like, I only show 3 videos, or 3 games, and I usually, well, 3 to 4 games depending, or even 2, sometimes 1, but I like to give at least a little bit more insight than just be like, here's the combo 3 times, enjoy, right? Which, I don't know. Let me know down below if you enjoy me doing it like that instead of trying to show the same win strategy 3 times in a row. Doesn't really matter which one we use here because I think our minion is destroyed no matter what. It would be funny if this somehow lives, but yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's going to live. Puppet Theater. I need to remember about that card before it rotates. Because it's Puppet Theater it's from Whizbangs, right? So it won't be rotating for a while. I remember when people were like, oh, there's going to be like a Puppet Theater Control Priest list where you're trying to take your opponent's key minions. It never actually came out. Like, I don't think anyone really explored that outside of like the initial Theorycraft weeks here and there, right? I think it has potential, but I also think the problem with that list, if you're reliant on Puppet Theater, is the fact that it does cost 4 mana. So you're not going to be able to get your main win condition until later in the game. But I guess around that point, you would be where you would want that to be your win condition, or slam it down just in time for your opponent's stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's fine now that Reno only targets minions, so I think. You'd think I would read when they make balancing changes. I'm pretty sure Reno only destroys minions now. Or poofs minions, sorry. The funny thing is, yeah, it says remove all enemy minions from the game. Interesting enough, if you look at the Hearthstone official web page, they have not updated the picture for Reno from where it empties and limits it to 1 space. I also am... Here's a weird thing. Maybe they should rename Reno to just Reno Ranger, because he's no longer a lone ranger, right? Okay, let's see how much damage we can... Sorry, just random side notes that I've been, like, going on here. You can shuffle some more into the list. Slam down Turbulus just to do it. Oh, no. Oh, thank you. No minions got destroyed. We do need to get rid of that minion, though, just in case they somehow figure out a way to double it. AKA, like, synchronize. Okay. We can draw a minion. Oh, that's interesting. I guess we have to do it like this, right? Hero power for... Why not, right? Okay, okay. Oh, that hurts. Asteroid. Can we just, like, get a bajillion of these? Oh, you know what? We probably should have actually thrown down Shudderblock here first, and then... Oh, well. It is what it is. Oh! Oh, I mean, it's just GG! Go for this coin. I foresee us drawing at least one Asteroid, because I don't think we have any other spells besides Asteroids and Erupts. Alright, now that we're through the game, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, this deck, I played 20 games with it and ended up with a 50% win rate. That was actually a little bit higher than I originally expected. I will say this, against decks that gain a bunch of armor, you have to be incredibly lucky. I know on Twitter right now, there's a bunch of people theory crafting decks using Murmur, and they all have this similar problem. However, I think my version has a little bit of a better matchup than something that uses different packages besides the Asteroid package. The Asteroid package just allows you to easily get your opponent down to low enough so the combo can OTK your opponent, but it also does add the added benefit of not always having to rely on the OTK package in order to finish off your opponent. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to use Murmur with, this is a great one for y'all to try out. It's a lot of fun and is a more funny deck. Wait until the next bouncing patch. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.